The Most Holy Trinity in its absolute simplicity will remain a mystery to us for all eternity. How three persons can have one nature, and this can exist in the, not infinite, but absolute simplicity of being in itself, we as complicated human beings, as esse contingens, as composite being, can never fully understand. What we can try to understand, and will understand one day, if we make it to the kingdom of heaven, is two things. First, generation and procession, as the distinct relationship of the three persons to one another. Second, the permanence of that generation and procession, which, after all, can have no beginning and no end in the eternal God. In the Credo of the Holy Mass, the Church teaches us about the Most Holy Trinity. Credo in unum Deum, et in Iesum Christum, Filium Dei unigentem, genitum non factum, consubstantionem Patri, et in Spiritus Sanctum, qui ex Patre Filioque procedit. I believe in one God, and in Jesus Christ, the only begotten Son of God, begotten not created, of one substance with the Father, and in the Holy Spirit, who proceeds from the Father and the Son. Begotten, not made. Even this sentence is not completely clear. Quote, the beginning of the Son of God from the Father is eternal. End quote. Summa Theologiae, Part 1, Question 42, Answer 2. Since there is no past in God, it is clear. The Father begets without beginning and without end. This witnessing and being begotten is one and the same operation. Quote, una et idem operatione pater generate et filius Dei generatur. Thomas Aquinas, Liber Sentinentarium. This generatio, this procreation, is similar to creatures. Quote, all that belongs to the procreation of the living can also be said for the procreation of the Son of God, as well as the coming forth, being born, being called into life, being begotten. End quote. Omnia quae pertinent ad generationem vivorum, decuntur in processione Filii Dei, ut ori nasi geni et generari. Part 1, Question 27, Answer 2. Add 2. Now we have seen that the Holy Spirit comes forth, procedit, from the Father and the Son. Of course, a begetting, a generatio, is also a proceeding. But this seems confusing only if one does not see the respective affiliation. There are only two origins in the divine, namely that of the Word and that of love, according to where God recognizes and loves His essence, His truth, and His goodness. Quote, in duinis sunt tantum due processiones. Sociliet verbi et amoris secundum quod Deus suam essentiam, veritatem et bonitatem, intelligit et amat. Part 1, Question 27, Answer 3, Answer 5. The Holy Spirit proceeds in the way of the will, but the Son in the way of nature and knowledge. Thomas Aquinas, Liber Sententarium. The coming forth of the Son is by the act of knowledge, but the coming forth of the Holy Spirit is by the act of the will. quote, Processio filii est per actum intellectius, sed processio Spiritus Sancti est per actum voluntatis. Part 1, question 27, answer 2. But although the beginning of the Son is also a coming forth, quote, the coming forth of the Holy Spirit cannot be called begetting, because it is made by the mode of love, but not by the mode of similitude, like the Word. End quote. Processio Spiritus Sancti non potest dici generatio, quia est per modum amoris, non autem per modum similitudinis sicut verbum. Part 1, question 27, answer 4. Here we have not yet spoken about the relation of the Son to the Holy Spirit. Since generation is also a kind of coming forth, one could say that the Holy Spirit, like the Son, comes forth from the Father. Then, in absolute simplicity, what would be the distinction between the two? Only in the act of love and intellect? Would this mean that the Father recognizes only the Son and loves only the Holy Spirit? Is it not clear that the Father loves the Son, as is evident from the Gospel? Matthew chapter 17, verse 5. But if the Holy Spirit proceeds from the Father by the act of the will of love, and the Father loves the Son, then the Holy Spirit must proceed directly from the Father and indirectly from the Son. Part 1, question 36, answer 3 ad 1. And in this logical sequence, Thomas now says what the whole Eastern Church denies. The Holy Spirit proceeds from the Father and the Son, for otherwise he could not be distinguished from the Son. Spiritus Sanctus procedit ad Patro et Filio, quia aliter non possit distingui a Filio. Part 1, question 36, answer 2. These considerations, drawn from simplicity only by the complexity of our brains, can thus be reduced again to the following. The only thing that distinguishes the three persons of the Most Holy Trinity is their relationship to each other. The Father begets the Son, and thereby causes the Holy Spirit to come forth from the Father and the Son. The Son begets, and from him proceeds the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit comes forth from the Father and the Son. Further, in God there is no distinction at all. If one thus suppresses or denies the meaning of the Filioque denied in the Eastern Church, that is, the fact that the Holy Spirit also proceeds from the Son, then one throws all understanding of the Trinity into error and confusion. So, it should also be recalled here that it was already Pius XI who, on Rosary Day of all days, on October 7th, 1930, for the sake of quote-unquote ecumenism with the Russians, personally wished that the Filioque not be sung at his High Mass in St. Peter's Basilica. If the oh-so-Catholic Pope behaved in such a way, then one can also calmly once quote a heretic, there where he was right. Petrus Abelardus, 1079 to 1142, may have been condemned for heresy, but he was a gifted poet, and put the following beautiful stanza at the end of his ironic poem about the Lord Cathedral Canons, Sabbatio ad Vesperas. Perenne Domino, perpes sit gloria, ex quo sunt, per quem sunt, in quo sunt omnia, ex quo sunt pater est, per quem sunt filios, in quo sunt, Patris et Filii Spiritus. To the eternal Lord be constant glory, from whom, through whom, and in whom is everything. From him that is the Father, through whom that is the Son, in whom is the Father's and the Son's Spirit. The Father is the Creator, from whom is everything. The Son is the Word, the Redeemer, through whom is everything. The Holy Spirit is the love, in whom is everything. This is what we will never understand. God is 3 times I, once am, 3 times ego, once sum.